Well, viewers, in Karnataka today, of course, we've had a lot of drama that's played out. Politically as well, the assembly is going on, the budget session. We saw protests inside, we of course saw protests outside. But the latest development that has come in is of course something that the BJP will be worried, or probably not, because they have of course been maintaining any investigation against them, doesn't matter. What we are talking about is one of the biggest campaigns that the Congress carried out against the BJP ahead of the Karnataka assembly elections. They did say that the contractors made this allegation, wrote a letter to the Prime Minister that 40% commission is being charged, whether payments have to be released, whether they have to go through tenders, or most of the processes, there is this cut money that, the BJP has been seeking from the contractors. Now, after this, of course, they had assured that in their manifesto and even before the elections that they are going to investigate this if they come to power. Now that they have come to power, an announcement has come in that there's going to be a judicial inquiry. A retired judge is going to be investigating the entire allegation that the contractors have been making. And at this point in time, what we learn is that the BJP says we welcome this. But how much of a trouble is it going to be for the BJP? Because they're dealing on one side with the Bitcoin investigation that the SIT is going to be probing. Now you have a judicial probe into this. But finally, will this end the menace of corruption in the state of Karnataka? That's the moot question that comes up. Now, to discuss more about this, we're joined in by Sudha R Halkai from the BJP. She's, of course, joining us to discuss more about this. Bhavya Narasimhamurthy, also from the Congress too, will be joining us. Before that, while my colleague Imran has more updates pertaining to this particular judicial probe. Imran, if you could share with us at this point in time, we understand it's going to be a retired judge. What more details do we have as to how soon can we expect this probe to begin, and what does it really mean for the BJP, considering the fact that the Lok Sabha elections are just around the corner?
Well, Deepak, as you rightly said, this is one of the most bold plank of the Congress party against the BJP ahead of the elections in Karnataka. They had said that the BJP is corrupt, and the 40% commission charge leveled by the Contractors Association, the Congress was able to capitalize on it and make a sustained campaign against the BJP over this issue. And even inside BJP, people felt that this campaign had dented the party's image, and one of the reasons for the debacle was they saw in Karnataka. Now, the Congress government has said that they will order a probe. The retired High Court judge will probe this commission, will probe this 40% charge, which was leveled by the Contractors Association against several of the sitting ministers and MLAs of the previous government. Now the court has said the modalities of it, we have to wait till the GO order is issued tomorrow. We'll get to know much more in detail. So any timeline has been given to the commission to complete the probe and submit at the earliest. But this is an initiative the Congress had promised, and they have now ordered a judicial commission probe. How much time the commission has been given time? How much with what stipulated directions have been given? We have to wait and see. But we're likely to see a pandemonium over this issue in the coming tomorrow at the assembly session. The BJP is trying to corner Congress on various schemes. They are likely to raise this issue also in the assembly tomorrow. We have to wait and see for that. As of right now, we have to wait for the voices, especially for senior leadership, what they have to say about the judicial commission ordered by the state government.
Yes, indeed, Imran, and we can expect, of course, some fireworks inside the assembly once again over this issue if the BJP wants to raise it. Of course, as of now, their focus remains, the 5 guarantees and how to, corner the Congress government over that, because they say the implementation has failed as far as from the Congress's end is concerned. We saw those protests. As far as this particular judicial probe is concerned, it's an important development. Thanking Imran, and I'll move on to the guests, of course, who are with us. Bhavya Narasimhamurthy is with us right now from the Congress party. Bhavya, this is a big development that's coming to the fore. The Congress has been saying that this is a big issue that needs to be probed. A judicial inquiry now being ordered. Could you share more details about this?
So, when the Contractors Association leveled this allegation against the previous BJP government, first thing, when they reached out to the opposition leader, Mr. Siddaramaiah back then, we had demanded a judicial inquiry into this case, but the BJP was reluctant to do any of this. They were asking for evidence. As we all know, when it is a corruption case, it's really hard to find evidence because both the sides will be culprits. And that on one hand, therefore we are keeping up our word. We had demanded a judicial inquiry into this. Now that we are in power, it is our duty to do this. And we have started this judicial probe. Second thing, The BJP MP, Mr. Pratap Simha, had previously, some 2 weeks back, had spoken about this adjustment politics between some of his party leaders and the Congress, and said, why aren't we setting up investigations against all those corruption charges we leveled against them before the elections? Now, we have done that, like whether it is bid scam, we have set up an SIT. Now for the 40% commission, as we had demanded, we are doing this judicial probe too. And there is more. There is PSI scam on one hand, Corona, like during the Corona, all the scams. We will make sure that all those allegations we have leveled against them, and we believe the previous BJP government was involved in, we will put a thorough investigation and make sure that the culprits are brought to justice.
Okay, we also have Sudha from the BJP to counter this. As far as the Congress is concerned, Ms. Sudha, they continue to say that this is something that they had promised the people. And they are now being very transparent about it. A judicial probe will bring out the truth. And this is, of course, one of the big charges that somewhere many political experts say that the BJP failed to counter on various levels. This charge that was leveled by the Congress, and now an investigation is being ordered into this. How does the BJP look into this matter now?
Yeah, Deepak, I would like to say that, vice versa, we also welcome the investigations on the charges which are put upon the BJP leaders. But I would heartfully, I would appreciate if the same thing if they had done way back in 2015-16, when 106 cases were reportedly put by Lokayukta on the Congress leaders, and out of that 56 cases were alone one on siddaramaiah. And I really feel very pathetic to say that, they completely stashed Lokayukta, and they transferred all the cases to the ACB, which was not fair enough. So let them come up and reopen all the cases and let them do the investigation of the 56 cases put by Lokayukta against siddaramaiah. I think that would be parallelly appreciated as well.
But Dr. Sudha, earlier, we've seen some of the BJP leaders mention that this could be vendetta politics. This could be because they want to target the opposition, because there's also elections around the corner. There's BBMP elections here in Karnataka that could be coming up. You have the Zilla Panchayat elections, and more importantly, Lok Sabha elections in a few months from now. So, while you have the SIT that's going to be probing the Bitcoin scam, now you have, the judicial probe that's ordered into the 40% Sarkara. We heard the health minister who says that during COVID, all the purchases that were made, procurements, tenders, all this will be looked into. So, how do you really look at multiple probes being opened against the BJP and its leaders now?
Deepak, this is the culture. Vindictive politics is the culture of Congress. This is not something new that we are supposed to investigate or we have to talk about it. We have expected it long, but forget about on the opposition leaders, or even on the bureaucrats also. They have openly, before the elections only, they have told they are going to look after the DGP, then Praveen Sood. We are going to see how he is going to take action and how he is going to work upon. So even on the bureaucrats, they have openly told we are going to do it vindictive politics. And so this is the culture of Congress, I must say. And regarding the elections, and let me tell you, the 5 promises, poll promises, what they had given, it was more of a plotting sort of thing. They had never come up with a fair purpose for the people of Karnataka. And you can see, for the very wrong news, Karnataka is in news regarding all those, complete buses where, women are getting hurted, their limbs are getting paralyzed, and so many other things. Earlier, BJP, Karnataka was in news for the best of its things, like highest unicorn setups and highest FDI investments and all. But now you see that Karnataka is in news for the pathetic things which was not there earlier. Very disciplined state was asked during the BJP government, and vindictive politics is there in their culture. So this is nothing new for us. They have done it earlier also.
Well, you're talking. Okay, you're talking about a lack of discipline. You're talking about issues. You're talking about the Shakti scheme, I presume, here with a lot of women getting into the buses.
Exactly. That is hampering a lot of private transportation, take it, auto rickshaws. I think tomorrow or day after they're coming up with a strike, and private.
The Congress says this is, the excitement among the women who come in. Now, let me bring in Bhavya. Bhavya, 2 charges there. One is your scheme implementation is faulty. You're looking at issues on the streets is what, the BJP says. And more importantly, they're calling you vindictive when it comes to, opening up multiple investigations. Let Bhavya count. I'll come back to you, Dr. Sudha. I'll come back to you.
Yeah.
double and
I'll come back to
it's
you.
for the BPL card holders.
Okay, basically
the
they're again
BJP
coming back
first
to the
needs to
implementation of the
make up
5
their
guarantees.
mind.
Bhavya.
Yeah. So, firstly, the BJP should first make up their mind whether we are playing this vindictive politics or do we have adjustment politics with their BJP leaders. Because even before we set up these investigations, the MP comes and says we have some adjustment politics with them. That's why we are not doing any investigations. Now that we have announced it, they are saying that we are playing in vindictive politics. They need to make up their mind. All we will do is we have promised the people of Karnataka for a transparent administration, and those corruption charges that we leveled against them and the president of the Contractors Association, it's our duty as a ruling government to set up these investigations, whether or not they like it. If they are true, if they are transparent, why should they be scared of this? So that aside, coming to our guarantees, Shakti scheme is a huge success. All this while, any scheme, the people used to remain a little aloof. But today, Shakti scheme, every woman, they speak about our scheme. They speak how much difference it makes in their lives, how much money they are saving. You know, there is this old lady in one of the videos, she says she wanted to visit her daughter, her married daughter who was ill. But because she spent on the bus, she couldn't buy some things for her to eat. She is so happy to say that now that I am using this KSRTC to move from one district to another, I am gonna use that money to buy something for her daughter. And other women, they are literally like domestic helps. All they earn is like 5,000 a month, 6,000 a month. They're literally saving 1,500 rupees on an average. Isn't this a gain for women? This is about women empowerment. They want to speak about one or two cases that, the fights and, is this all the BJP can look at? Why is their vision so narrow? This Shakti scheme is a huge
Okay, but
success.
also here, Bhavya, let's not deviate too much. Let's not deviate too much. Coming back to the judicial probe that has been ordered, Bhavya, one quick question that I want to ask the Congress is because let's hope that the investigation is thorough, because you had contractors who are just saying that yes, there is 40% cut that's being demanded, and this could be at various levels, even at the MLA level, even at the government level. So is it going to be a very clean and fair probe so that corruption as an issue is rooted out, and it shouldn't as if be that this is just going to be, victimization or vindictiveness against the BJP?
That's exactly why we have set up a judicial inquiry against it. If there is some Congress MLA in it, if he gets caught, of course, it will be against
judicial
him.
inquiry,
Or
parallelly
whether
on
it
the
is the
Congress
BJP
leaders.
ministers, exactly how... One second. If it is the ministers, as in how the president of the Contractors Association has alleged against, then so be it. The ministers of BJP, it will be against them. This is a judicial probe mainly appointed to make sure the investigation is transparent. And the people of Karnataka know that...
Well, it's definitely a welcome move for the contractors and for people, of course, who have been saying that corruption is a major issue that needs to be dealt with. But very recently, when I spoke to Mr. Kempana, the president of the Contractors Association, he says still corruption is an issue. He says even now it's an issue, but we've not yet gone to the chief minister about that because payments are pending. But, corruption has not gone away. And that is something that needs to be addressed still.
Yeah, of course. If once this judicial probe is set up, I'm very sure anymore in future, whether it is at the ministers level or at the MLAs level or even at the corporators level in cities, they will be scared. Once these culprits are caught, whoever it is who have been involved in this 40% commission, once this probe is after this is being transparent, I'm sure this won't happen again. That's exactly why we are setting up this judicial inquiry, right? So that in future, whether it is Congress government or BJP government, this doesn't repeat. And that's
Right,
one of the reasons
I
why
quickly
we have
want to get in a
all
word.
these, potholes on roads.
They have won the elections. The people are already talking about the YST and VST as well. So I think the Congress spokesperson and all, they must be aware how much of corruption is going on within a couple of months and what all justification they are doing for the false promises. You know, there's absolutely no execution of the commitments what they have given to the people of Karnataka. And they're just confusing the people by getting all these investigations and all done. I repeat, I would appreciate it if parallelly the investigations against the Congress leaders are taken up.
Well, Dr. Sudha, at this point in time, the Congress party, of course, is ordering an investigation. It's a judicial probe. Probably, it somewhere removes a lot of doubt that the BJP time and again brings that, the state police investigate a case like this could get vindictive against the BJP. Let's, of course, see how the investigation proceeds. We'll keep a close track on all the developments there. Right, the BJP here, I thank both of you all for joining us on this show. The BJP is saying we welcome this investigation. The Congress says it's a judicial probe. It's going to be fair. Even if there are Congress MLAs who are involved in this, they are going to be brought to book. Let's, of course, see the end result of what this investigation comes out with. With that, of course, we're going to be moving on to another issue in the state of Karnataka. And right